everyone, welcome to 10 Principles of Economics Part 3. The Part 3 is how the economy as a whole works. This Part 3 contains 3 principles. The 8th principle of 10 Principles of Economics is a country's standard of living depends on its ability to produce goods and services. A country's standard of living depends upon its ability to produce goods and services. The most important determinants of standard of living is productivity. Let's see what is productivity. The productivity is a quantity of goods and services produced from each unit of labor input. Productivity is the quantity of goods and services produced from each unit of labor input. There is a difference between total product and productivity. For example, Gupta family has total income with 2 persons each 1 lakh, and other hand Sharma family has total income with 10 persons is 2 lakh. Here total income of Sharma family is very much and more than total income of Gupta family. But when we talk about productivity, we can see that productivity of Gupta family is 50,000 per person is more than the productivity of Sharma family, that is 20,000 per person. Productivity depends upon education, health, and training, technology, research, development, and other factor, that is labor union, competition from abroad, have far less impact on living standard. They are temporary in nature. In a country where workers can produce a large quantity of goods and services, people enjoy high standard of living. In nation where workers are less productivity, most people suffer very less expensive. It means in those country where workers can produce large quantity of goods and service, people enjoy high standard in this country, and those nation in which where workers are less productivity and most people suffer from less existence. Average income means per capita income or per head income. Average income means per capita income or per head income. A rich country is more than 10 times average income in poor country. To boost the living standard, policymakers need to raise productivity by ensuring that workers are well educated, have the tools they need to produce goods and services, and have access to the best available technology. Then coming to the next principle of, that is price rise when the government print too much money. Price rise when the government print too much money. Inflation. What is inflation? Increase in general price level. Increase in general price level is called inflation. And when prices rises with extreme speed is called, when price rise with very extreme speed, it called hyperinflation. Inflation has many types. One of these types is hyperinflation. When price rise with extreme speed is called hyperinflation. For example, in January 1921, a daily newspaper in Germany cost is 0.30 marks. Less than 2 years later, in November 2020, the same newspaper cost is that much marks. All other prices in the economy rose by similar amount. Why the reason behind it? When government create large quantity of nation money, the value of the money falls. When government create large quantity of nation's money, the value of money falls to down. In other word, when government print large quantity of money, it rises the money supply in the nation, means the supply of money increases in the society. It means now people have more money, but particularly there will be a fixed quantity of goods and service. That means when income rises, we cannot afford much quantity of goods and service beyond our demand, so but particularly there will be a fixed quantity of goods and services or resources are limited. In such a case, the value of money falls and general price level rises. In such a case, when government print too much currency or too much money, our price level rises, means inflation rises, prices of goods and services increases. We also see when we were child, the Pepsi was low price, but in now the prices of Pepsi were increases. This is one of the example of price rise or inflation. This is one of the example of price rise. Suppose the economy produce 1000 unit of output. Suppose the money supply at the time is 10,000. This means that the average price of output produced will be, average means output per means the means total money supply total money supply divided by output. This is our average price, means this is our average output will be 10. Suppose then that the government print an extra 5,000 notes. Suppose government print extra 5,000 notes, creating a total money supply. It increases money supply 15,000, but the output of the economy stay at the 1,000 unit. Effectively, people have more cash, but the number of goods is same. Here number of goods is same. Because people have more cash, they are willing to spend more to buy goods in the economy. Ceteris paribus means other things remain constant. The price of the 1,000 unit of will be increases to 15. The 15, when we take the average, 0 cancel, then 15. The price has increased, but the quantity of output stayed the same. People are here not better off. And the value of money has decreases. A note buys fewer goods than previously, means the same 10 rupee buys fewer goods than the before earlier time. ଆମର conclusion କ'ଣ ଏଠି ଆସିଲା? What is the conclusion? Quantity of money has an inversely relationship with the value of money, means there is a negative relationship between quantity of money and value of money, negative relation, but has a positive relation with general price level. Money supply rises when value of money falls. Money supply rises when value of money falls. and price level rises. Then the last principle of 10 principle economics is society face a short-run trade-off between inflation and unemployment. Society face a short-run trade-off between inflation and unemployment. In the first principle, we see how people face trade-off. Here, thus a short-run trade-off between inflation and unemployment faced by society. What is that? Let's see. Increasing the amount of money in the economy increases the overall level of spending, thus the demand for goods and service. Higher demand may causes farm to raise their price, but in the maintain it also encourages them to hire more workers and produce a larger quantity of goods and service. More hiring means low level of unemployment. This is called short-term trade-off between inflation and unemployment. Increasing the amount of money in the economy increases the overall spending. Means when we have much more amount of money, we have to we will encourage this will encourage us to spend more money on different goods and services, and thus the demand for goods and services. higher higher demand causes farm to raise their price, and but in the maintain it also mean higher demand means higher price. Higher when the when supply is limited, in this time higher demand causes rise in price level, rise in price level, but in the meantime it also encourages the produce to hire more worker and to produce larger quantity of goods and service to cope with our rising demand. More more hiring means more hiring means more hiring means low level of unemployment. More hiring means low level of unemployment means when our when our when our production will increases, farm will need more worker to produce goods and service. At that time our unemployment rate will decreases. This is called short term trade off between inflation and unemployment. Let's see this with let's see the short-term trade-off between inflation and unemployment with the help of an diagram. This simply means that over a period of 1 year or two many this simply means that over a period of 1 year or two many economic policies push inflation and unemployment in a opposite direction. This The curve that illustrates the trade-off between inflation and unemployment is called Phillips curve. This curve shows inverse relationship between inflation and unemployment. This is a most important question. This curve shows inverse relationship between inflation and unemployment. It means that when inflation increases, it reduces rate of unemployment, vice versa. Let's see that in the x-axis we take the unemployment rate, and the y-axis we take the rate of inflation. Rate of inflation. Rate of inflation. When our inflation is 5, oh sorry, when our inflation rate is 2, our unemployment rate is 6%. When our inflation rate is 2%, our unemployment rate is 6%. When our inflation rise means price rise to 5%, then our unemployment falls from 6 to 3%. When we join this point and this point, the curve will arises. This curve is called Phillips curve. Means when in short run the price rises means inflation happen. When price rises means that people will have more money. more money and more demand. This encourages the producer to produce more and more goods and services. At the time, the producer will need more worker to produce goods and service. So the producer will hire more worker, so our unemployment rate will decreases. This curve is called Phillips curve, and the Phillips curve, so the inverse means the negative relationship between inflation and unemployment. This the details, this is the third part of 10 principle of economics. Here the 10 principle of economics was finished, and uh, the 10 principle of economics was finished. Thank you. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you everyone.